Imagine this, every single week your restaurant is leaving thousands of dollars on the table. Not because your food isn't amazing and not because your team isn't working hard, but because your staff hasn't mastered the number one skill that could skyrocket your revenue overnight. Hi, I'm Nadia, and I've helped dozens of restaurants transform their revenue by teaching their teams how to sell without selling. Today, I'm sharing my exact playbook to help your team turn every interaction into an opportunity to increase revenue without being pushy, salesy, or robotic. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. What's the most profitable dish or drink on your menu right now? And do you know how often your staff actually sells it? Here's the truth. If your team isn't confidently recommending high profit items in a way that feels natural, you're definitely leaving money on the table every shift. Don't worry, by the end of today's webinar, you will know how to use psychology-based upselling strategies that feel effortless and authentic, the exact words that your team can use to boost the average ticket size without pressuring guests, and how to turn your staff into confident revenue-boosting machines, all while giving your guests an even better dining experience. Let me tell you about one of my clients, a restaurant owner named Chloe. Chloe had great food, she had an incredible ambience, and a steady flow of customers too. But her revenue just wasn't where it needed to be. And when I sat down with Chloe, I asked her about her upselling strategy. And her response was, well, my servers sometimes ask guests if they want fries or a drink, but honestly, it never really works. That's when I realized the problem. Chloe's team wasn't upselling. They were asking. And what's worse is they were training guests to say no. After just 1 week of training her staff on the strategies that I'm about to teach you, Chloe's restaurant saw a 15% increase in average ticket size, and over the course of 1 month, that added an extra $7,500 in revenue without needing extra customers. So think about what a 15% increase could do for your business. That's the power of these techniques, and I'm going to break them down for you right now. Secret number 1. Why most upselling fails. First, let's talk about why upselling strategies fail. If you've tried upselling and it hasn't worked, I want you to know that it's not your fault. Here are the 3 biggest mistakes that restaurants make when they're trying to upsell. Number 1, transactional phrasing. So when your servers ask things like, would you like to add fries, or can I get you a drink with that? It feels like a pitch, not a recommendation. And guests don't feel value from pitches. 2, lack of confidence. Most staff feel awkward or unsure when it comes to suggesting upgrades, which makes the guest feel awkward too. And number 3, no personalization. So just generic or one-size-fits-all suggestions that don't work because they don't feel relevant to the customer's experience or needs. If your team has made any of these mistakes, don't worry, you are not alone. The good news is that these problems are really easy to fix. Let me show you how. All right, secret 2, the simple formula for effortless upselling. Here's the key to upselling without feeling pushy. And it's about storytelling. Your team isn't just taking orders. They're guiding guests towards the best possible dining experience. So let me give you a formula that works every time. Make it about them. So instead of saying, would you like fries with that? Try, our truffle fries are perfect with that burger. Guests love the combination. Why does this work better? Because it's framed as enhancing their experience and not an upsell. Guests will trust suggestions that feel tailored to them. 2, the power of choice. So instead of asking, would you like the house wine? You'd say, for the steak, most guests go for the Merlot or the Malbec. Both pair really beautifully. Which would you prefer? So framing it as a choice of either A or B is much harder for the guests to go with option C, which is no. Number 3, anchor it with high value options. So start with your premium option. For example, our chef special tonight is the surf and turf. It's our most premium dish. But if you're looking for something more lighter, the grilled salmon is another favorite. This strategy makes every option feel like a win for the guest while boosting revenue for your restaurant. Secret number 3, the psychology behind why guests say yes. Let's take a moment to understand why these techniques work. Guests want to feel guided, not sold to. So when your staff speaks with confidence and enthusiasm, guests will trust their recommendations. So using phrases like guests love this creates social proof, making guests feel even more like they're making the right choice. When you combine these elements, upselling will become second nature. And the best part is that your guests will thank you for it because they'll feel like they're getting a 5-star experience. Let's see this in action. I'm now going to show you 2 examples of upselling. One done wrong and one done right. The wrong way, the server would say, "Would you like fries with your burger?" Customer reply, "No, I'm fine, thanks." The right way, the truffle fries are my personal favorite. Guests love pairing them with the Wagyu burger. I can add an order for you if you like. Oh, that sounds amazing. Thank you. You see the difference between the two? One is a recommendation and one is an attempt to sell. Take a moment. Think about your most profitable dish or drink. How could your staff describe it in a way that feels personalized and compelling? Drop your ideas in the comments below and I'll respond to some of my favorite ones. Now that you have the tools to transform your team into confident revenue machines, let's make sure they stick. I've created a free Profit Accelerator review where I will personally train your staff to upsell confidently using these techniques, review your menu to uncover any other hidden profit opportunities, and provide ongoing feedback to ensure that these strategies are a success. Spots are limited, so click the link below to book your free session now. Just imagine what an extra couple of thousand or even 7,500 in your revenue could mean for your business. Let's make it happen, and thank you so much for your time.